Today I will be showing you how to make the basic shawl. This crochet pattern uses approximately 615 yards of worsted yarn. I prefer Re-Spun by Lion brand. Choose whatever you like. And you will also need a 6mm hook. Please be sure to subscribe to catch all of my latest stitch tutorials and free patterns. Let's get to work. Alright, to begin, we are going to chain 4 times. And now you are going to double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook, so the first one that you made. And then once you complete that double crochet, you are going to double crochet 2 more times in the same stitch. So you see you have those 3 double crochets coming out from that same stitch. Moving right on to your next row, you are going to chain 3 times. That counts as your first double crochet. Now this is your increase row, so you are going to double crochet 2 more times in that first stitch. One more time. Now chain 1, skip 1. You're coming to that final stitch in the row. You are going to double crochet 3 times there. Every increase row sees an increase of 2 stitches in the beginning and the end. So you'll have a total of 3 stitches in that first and final stitch. So it's a total of 4 increases per row. Moving right on to that next row, you are going to chain 3 times. Remember, that counts as your first stitch. And now you are just going to double crochet across your row. Be sure not to skip those chain spaces. You also have to double crochet in there as well. Right now that row is complete, and we are moving back on to another increase row. So we will begin by chaining 3. And double crocheting 2 more times in that same stitch. And now we will begin our chain 1, skip 1 sequence. So you chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. And now you're going to repeat your chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. And you will repeat that until you've reached the end of the row. And remember, after that double crochet in that final stitch, you will be double crocheting 2 more times. Because this is an increase row, you have to double crochet 2 increases in the beginning and 2 in the end. As you can see, the shawl is already beginning to take its shape. Just on to the next one. You chain 3, that's your first double crochet, and you will be double crocheting across your row. Do not skip those chain spaces. We have one row where we increase by 4, and then our second row we're just maintaining our stitch count. Don't mind me, I'm just struggling to free some of my yarn. And again. You can see that this shawl quickly begins to take its shape. You can see exactly where it's going. And you only have 2 rows that you have to repeat. So it's a very easy pattern. I promise, guys, you have this. Go back to 3 minutes and 15 seconds and repeat that increase row, and then your plain double crochet row. You will repeat that 2 times, and then we'll meet back just so we could go over what we have so far. Pause here and press play when you're ready to move on. Look how quickly this is shaping up. You are already 9 rows in. Now going forward, you're going to go back to 3 minutes and 15 seconds and follow that increase row and that plain double crochet row. You will do that until you have 53 rows completed. You're already a good chunk of the way there. This is the perfect place to press pause. Get to work because you got a little bit ahead of you, and press play when you finish. You've got this. You have officially finished your shawl. At this point, you're going to want to tie off and weave in your ends. I've already done so. This is truly such an easy, stress-free pattern, a great introduction into triangular shawls. They also look wonderful worn as a scarf. So, if you didn't already have an excuse to make another, there's your excuse. Feel free to make one in every color. Enjoy your new shawl. I hope you had the best time. And remember to please subscribe so you can catch all of my latest patterns and tutorials.